Welcome to the 7th Biennial Organic Seed Growers Conference. We are pleased to return to Oregon State University in Corvallis, the heart of the Willamette Valley. I'm particularly proud to be here because I am a beaver. Go Beavs! We're also happy to co-host this conference with Oregon State University, Washington State University, and eOrganic. Thank you to eOrganic for also capturing live webinars of select sessions today. This year, we welcome a record turnout at the conference, more than 430 people. We are at full capacity. We were also sold out for the bus tour yesterday with 110 people at least, and it sounds like it was a resounding success. Our newest board member already started strategizing about how we could have multiple bus tours going on at once to different places. And I said, sounds great. Let's get a year of board board time under your belt before you take that on. But I think we have a year for him to settle in, and then he's got a whole year to plan the multiple bus tours for the 8th Biennial Conference. Today, with 430 people present, we also have around 500 people already registered to attend the live webinars, nearly doubling or more than doubling our audience nationally and internationally. All of those webinars will also be eventually archived online and made available through eOrganic. So if you see a session that was webinared, you can share it with your friends at a later point in time. The last 2 years have provided pivotal milestones for Organic Seed Alliance and the broader organic seed movement. Last year, we celebrated our 10-year anniversary. I like to say, look out, we're entering our teen years. But that's because I'm a mother of small children. And I do feel it. I feel that OSA is growing up, and we're also entering a phase where we're trying on different outfits and entering the next 10 years with a lot of vim and vigor. The year before last was 10 years since the National Organic Program was implemented, and with that, regulations that provide a formal national recognition of the importance of organic seed in organic food systems. We know that at that time, the organic seed sector was still in its infancy. Although in many ways it's still in its infancy, we are gathered here to celebrate tremendous progress that we've made in organic seed availability, organic seed innovation, thanks to growing networks and partnerships involving seed businesses, organic food businesses, farmers, breeders, policy advocates, and many others. This year's conference theme is Innovation in the Field. This theme recognizes that some of our most impactful innovation starts in the hands of farmers and expands through collaboration with public plant breeders, seed companies, students, and others. The theme also acknowledges that organic agricultural practices, including organic plant breeding, hold the greatest potential for addressing our larger environmental and food security issues while meeting the urgent need for healthy food. Innovation is what it will take to move organic seed forward. The highly centralized model of the conventional seed industry does not meet our needs, nor does it reflect our values. The newness of the organic seed industry and organic seed technology means that we have an opportunity to create something new, not model the past. We are inventing new models of doing business, new models of protecting seed biodiversity. We are still learning the most effective breeding methods for organic systems and technology for enhancing seed quality. Each of you in this room will have some impact on the evolution of organic seed systems. What level of impact is up to you? Many people tell me that they come to the Organic Seed Growers Conference for inspiration and to make new relationships. I know I come to be inspired by all of you. I recently returned from a researcher meeting at USDA in Washington, D.C. One of the researchers present was a presenter at our last conference, a plant breeder. And after our day of sharing our research, we all convened for a beer, as we usually do at research events. And he was sharing with all of his colleagues his experience of attending the Organic Seed Growers Conference. He recounted, with his eyes lit up, sessions where lively dialogue took place around coexistence, with one radical farmer stating that he would simply keep any GMO producer out of his valley with a shotgun, while another representative from a food company implored that we must come to terms with identifying acceptable levels of tolerance. He said that he had never been to a conference that created such an open forum for dialogue and diverse perspectives. He also smiled and said, "They also know how to have a lot of fun, too. You really ought to go." Each of you bring to this event a unique perspective, knowledge to share, stories to tell, dance moves to make. I challenge each of you to allow the interactions that you have at this conference also broaden your views, challenge your assumptions, and open your mind to new perspectives. We live in a time of uncertainty, from government shutdowns to climate change. We also live in a time of polarized views and values. The USDA currently is collecting comments on a draft environmental impact statement for 2,4-D tolerant corn and soybeans. These are genetically engineered products that, if approved, could increase the use of this toxic herbicide on U.S. cornfields alone by more than 100 million pounds by 2019. There are some participants, policy advocate participants, that are here at this event that are currently gathering signatures for response to this environmental impact statement. There are sign-on letters on each of your table right now. And if the release of 2,4-D tolerant genetically engineered crops is of concern to you, I ask you to sign on to this letter today. There will also be more information about it at the OSA booth. Furthermore, the top 3 biotechnology and chemical firms collectively control more than half of the seed market, up 22% from 1996. And organic farmers today are facing impacts of increased regulation and loss of critical cost share programs. At the same time, a growing body of visionaries are seeking new models of protecting our genetic commons in the public domain. The organic food industry is also becoming increasingly aware that organic seed is critical to organic food production and the best means to protect the quality integrity of organic foods. The organic food sector, now a $30 billion industry, continues to grow steadily even in times of economic downturn. And new seed enterprises and research efforts are emerging with a focus on fulfilling farmers' needs for organic seed. We at OSA remain optimistic, even in the face of startling obstacles. Why? We believe in human capacity to reinvent systems and remember our core values of honoring the earth and taking care of each other. We also believe in the power of organic and ecological agriculture to help farmers succeed both economically while also supporting a healthy environment. Climate change, food security, agricultural resilience are issues on the forefront of national policies. They are also issues best addressed by building models of decentralized ownership of seed, regional food production, emphasizing diverse regional food production. Public awareness of the negative impacts of consolidated ownership of our genetic resources is increasing, along with growing examples of the failures of genetically engineered crops. OSA's vision for the next 10 years is to build healthy regional seed systems through diverse partnerships with farmers, universities, food and seed companies, nonprofits, as well as chefs and eaters. And these regional efforts will coalesce in a national network that strengthens our collective voice in shaping national policy. The network will also provide a platform for sharing our seed knowledge, building economic relationships, and preserving and exchanging our seed resources. We will continue to advocate for public policy and federal funding for public plant breeding programs. We will also build economic models that foster innovation by rewarding those who invest time, resources, and knowledge in organic seed, from seed companies and formal breeders to dedicated seed growers and farmer breeders. This will require increased recognition of the importance of organic seed by organic food industry and by the public at large. It will also require building research and education programs that professionalize the industry and build high standards for organic seed quality. We envision organic testing networks, organic public plant breeding programs, incentives for on-farm seed stewardship, farmer breeder clubs, organic germplasm exchanges, and recognition at the point of seed of the point recognition of organic seed at the point of sale of organic food. I invite you to help make these visions a reality. A recent New York Times article acknowledged that some of the elders of the organic farming have been the most innovative farmers in agriculture. These are creative minds that help us address our most pressing needs facing our agriculture and the environment. We are joined today by a few of those elders who are organic farmers and longtime seed innovators. These seed mentors include organic farmers who've dedicated their life to seed, plant breeders who were courageous enough to launch organic breeding programs a decade ago, and seed companies who invested early in the future of organic seed. We are also joined by an overwhelming number of bright and hopeful graduate students who are solidifying the place of classical and organic plant breeding in the scientific community. You will hear stories of several new innovative seed businesses that are forging new models of enterprise. We also welcome many new faces from the conventional seed industry, as well as university researchers who are just beginning to integrate organic systems into their programs. Together, we create a strong community capable of fulfilling our vision of robust organic food systems that start with organic seed. I'd like to share with you now a few words from the late, great Pete Seeger, who was a mentor to my mentors. A few of us this past week took time to honor his passing and exchanged emails around remembering some of his lyrics. And my dear friend Matthew Dillon was the first to pass around and remind us that Pete Seeger was the original sower of seed, and he saw seed as a metaphor for our life. And since I don't sing in public, even when I get drunk, unless my children are present, I will read the words to you. Behold the sower in the field. With her arms she scatters, the seeds. Some seeds are trodden in the pathway. Some seeds fall on stony ground. But some seeds fall on fallow ground. They grow and multiply, 1,000-fold. Oye, 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 oh. Oye, 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 oye. Some seeds fall on fallow ground. They grow and multiply, 1,000-fold. Tomorrow we scatter like seeds. Tomorrow, we are the seeds. Oye, 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 oh. Oye, 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 oye. Tomorrow we scatter like seeds. Tomorrow, we are the seeds. Look away, don't you see? 1 and 1 don't make 2, they make 3. Oye, 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 oh. Oye, 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 oye. Look away, don't you see? 1 and 1 don't make 2, they make 3. Oye, 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 oh. Oye, 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 oye. It's a tongue twister. Tomorrow we scatter like seeds. Tomorrow, we are the seeds. Look away, don't you see? One and one don't make two, they make three. Oi, 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 oh. Oi, 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 oi. Look away, don't you see? One and one don't make two, they make three. Midnight has come. I hear music. I'd like to take a moment before we part to thank and recognize some of the highlights of the conference and folks that are present today. We are pleased to invite Tom Stearns from High Mowing Seeds as our keynote speaker for this event. Tom and I have been in the seed world around the same amount of time, and so for that reason, I will recognize Tom not as an elder, but as a mentor for many people, and as an individual that early on dove in head first. And when you dive in head first into seed, you usually stay there a very long time. High Mowing today is one of the most successful 100% organic seed companies. And it is a company that also demonstrates the kind of innovation that our conference theme represents, from conducting their own research to exploring new partnerships with university breeders, nonprofits, and farmers. I'd also like to welcome Jane Rabinowitz from the Bauta Initiative. Jane will be participating in the participatory plant breeding session. Her name was missed on the agenda, but I wanted to make sure and recognize the Bauta Initiative. We're very excited to have a partnership with Bauta. It's a new initiative across Canada. If you're not familiar with it, you should look it up online. It's led by USC Canada. And it's a great example of how a national network can link together regional efforts. And we very much think of the Bauta as a sister organization to the north. And if you haven't heard much about their program, I implore you to attend the PPB session and meet Jane. We also have many Canadian farmers here with us today, and I welcome you all. Thank you. This evening, we will host a variety tasting directly after the Breeders to Eaters Roundtable. The Breeders to Eaters Roundtable is an open forum discussion about engaging more stakeholders in organic seed and breeding systems. And the variety tasting will be right afterward. We'll be tasting some cabbage and chicories. The tasting is hosted thanks to the Organic Farming Research Foundation. Thank you. And it's being coordinated by the Culinary Breeding Network, which is a partnership between Oregon State University and Organic Seed Alliance. It'll be this evening in the lounge from 6 to 7 o'clock. This morning, myself and two Europeans took the pleasure of enjoying Qigong before we started our day. I encourage you all to come at 6:30 tomorrow morning to join Andy Bennett for a half-hour session of Qigong. You don't get sweaty, you don't have to wear yoga outfits or anything like that. You just stand and breathe, and it reminds you to breathe down into your core before you sit and think all day long. Very much helpful for me. And I'm proud to say Andy is a local individual that's been in the farm community for more than 2 decades. And 18 years ago, he started teaching free Tai Chi lessons here in Corvallis. And I helped him make his very first poster because I was a college student and I knew how to do that and he didn't. And so I am pleased to say it's been 18 years he's been teaching free Tai Chi lessons to this community. So join us tomorrow morning at 6:30. Tomorrow night is our seed swap from 6:30 to 9 o'clock in the Willamette Room. Don't miss this wonderful exchange of seed and stories. And if you forgot to bring your seed, don't worry, still come. We will send you home with some. Tomorrow evening, I've also invited a friend who made his career in seed in the Willamette Valley. His name is Mike Chilton. And he is not an organic producer, I think because he was before its time. But will come and share some stories about how the seed industry was formed in the Willamette Valley and his personal experience of shaping the seed industry. I think many of us don't realize how short in time of history this entire seed industry is. We think of it as being very entrenched, but I was talking to him the other night and saying, well, it's only been the last 100 years. He said, no, Micaela, it's been the last 50 years, 60 years maybe, that there's really been a concentrated conventional seed industry. And I think it's inspiring to look back and not discount some of the innovation and efforts that seed people that came before the organic seed people took to shape that industry. So I welcome you to join an informal discussion with Mike tomorrow night. We also have a lovely trade show with 24 businesses and organizations. Please take time to visit all of them during the social hours, during lunch. We have poster sessions, more than a dozen research posters. The posters are on display out in the foyer, and you can also talk to these researchers about their work on Saturday from 5:30 to 6:30. They will be standing next to their poster ready to take questions from you. I'd like to acknowledge a few folks in the room. Could I have all of our past board members stand up? Bill Tracy, Frank Morton, Alec McCarlick, Steve Zwinger. Could I have all of our current board members please stand up? Amy Grondin, Sean Smith, David Lively, Sebastian Aguilar. Ira Wallace left us last night. She was here, or left us this morning, I think. Zia Sonoben. Tony Cleese is here somewhere. Tony. Thank you all. Could I ask the OSA staff and including interns to stand up, please? John Navazio, our senior scientist. Jared Zystro is our California-based outreach and education and research outreach specialist. Christina Hubbard, Kiki we like to call her, is our communications and advocacy director. Lori McKenzie is our most recent addition to our research and education team. She is an OSU graduate under Jim Myers and started with an internship with OSA last year and is now on staff as a research and education assistant. Kathleen McClain, the woman that made this event possible. Kathleen is our communication and outreach associate and our Seed Growers Conference coordinator and chair, and I can't tell you how proud I am of the successful event that she's put on and how hard she's worked to ensure that all of the details were in place to make this a success. Yes. Thank you, Kathleen. I'd also like to recognize Ellie Costello has recently completed an internship with us in our advocacy program. We also have a couple of volunteers, Julie Puich and Amy Rosen. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed one staff, Jennifer Turney. I like to call her our purse strings, also known as our financial advisor. Thank you, Jennifer, for everything you did to make this come together. And farmers Julie Puich and Amy Rosen, who have volunteered their time this winter. They're two farmers who have vacationed by volunteering for OSA for the winter. We don't charge them for that vacation time. Thank you both for everything you did. Lastly, I'd like to recognize the conference committee. The conference committee this year, if we could have you stand up. Are you in the room? Teresa Podol from the Farmer Breeder Club and the Northern Plains Sustainable Ag Society, also Prairie Road Organics, Christina Hubbard on our staff, Kathleen McClain, and Lane Selman. I don't see Lane at the moment, from OSU, part of our Novik team, and has been instrumental in organizing on the ground here. And Amy, sorry, Amy, board member, also conference. Thank you, Amy. I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors. We're grateful for the support of our sponsors. Without them, this conference would not be possible. This year, we were able to give out over 70 farmer and student scholarships. That's a record number. We started out anticipating giving out 50. We had more requests than that, and we couldn't turn them away. We raised a little bit more money. Thanks again to the Bauta Initiative for kicking into the farmer scholarships, and all of the other sponsors who have made those scholarships possible. Our platinum sponsor is Seed Matters, led by our co-founder, Matthew Dillon. Matthew, are you here in the room? Thank you. Our gold sponsors include Annie's, Oregon Tilth, Organic Farming Research Foundation, UNFI Foundation, and Whole Foods Market. Thank you all. Our silver sponsors include Bejo Seeds, Cafe Ma'am, who is serving coffee for free, but you should give them really, really big tips out in the lobby because they have the best coffee and they support organic farming by coming and giving back at these events. Thank you, Cafe Ma'am. Driscoll's Berries contacted us and came forward with a sponsorship this year. I'm very proud of Driscoll's for contributing. High Mowing Organic Seeds, Nature's Path, Organically Grown Company, PCC Natural Markets, Southern Exposure Seed Exchange, and Vitalis Organic Seeds. Our bronze sponsors include Albert Lee Seahouse, Blue River Hybrids, Botanical Interests, Central Co-op, Edible Portland, Fedco Seeds, Food Hub, Fremont Brewing, Horizon Organic, Johnny's Selected Seeds, Kamut, Moses, the Midwest Organic Sustainable Education Center, Mother Earth News, Nutiva, O-Farm, Osgada, Organic Seed Growers and Trade Association, Organic Valley, Restoration Seeds, Ride in the Rain, and Veritable Vegetable. Our product, thank you, a round of applause. Lastly, thank you to our product donors, Chinook Winery, Cliff Bar, Dave's Killer Bread, Flattail Brewing, King Estate, Pike Brewing, Rudy's Bakery, Snoqualmie Vineyards. We have some excellent music to look for in the evenings, both tonight and tomorrow night. I'm sorry, what's the name of the band tonight? Symbiotic Quintet. That sounds cool. And tomorrow night will be accompanied by the Pheromones. We will have a limited amount, thanks to our sponsors and donors, of alcoholic beverages available, and then there will be an open bar for the evening as well. And lastly, please fill out your evaluations. Our evaluations are critical to the success of future conferences. We like to know what you did like, what you didn't like, which sessions and speakers worked for you, and feedback on the food, everything else that you can think of. So please fill out your evaluations and leave them either in a session room or at the registration table. With that, welcome. Thank you all.